tell us what are the supplies you need, come up with the exact experiment. We developed a teacher guide so that way the volunteers can sit and read, and it's step by step. Absolutely every step that you need to do is written out, and that way we can also refer to that the following semester and fix it. And then we came up with a kids worksheet so that there are times where you want the kids to kind of slow down because they just want to race through it, and I don't blame them. I was the same way. So when it's appropriate, we had just, a quick question: stop, think, write it down. Okay, and then we'll continue the experiment. Stop, think, write it down, and that way they sort of process things and they're not just looking at the result. So Whittier actually was incredibly supportive, and I've worked with teachers in the past, earlier in my life, like doing some science outreach, and I think the support we got from Whittier is the most support I think I've ever seen. The teachers so excited, like when we're checking in at school, that you hear the scientists are here, the engineers are here, which is very uplifting. I mean, you get kind of caught up in the excitement of these students. So even if you were feeling a little tired that day, you completely forget because there's just so much energy. The teachers also, they did, at least the teachers in my classroom, and I believe in your classroom, were very proactive. They participated. They used really cool techniques to get the kids under control. Like you were saying, I don't know how they do it, but it's magic. I don't think you and I didn't have discipline problems. Danielle, you were in my class, so we had the same wonderful teacher. Our teacher was absolutely amazing. She was asking questions, and sometimes I couldn't tell if the question was for her or it's for the students, but she was just really excited all the time. So I do think that the teacher's enthusiasm, you can't compete with that. That is probably one of the best tools you can have. I think discipline we didn't have a problem. 2/3 of our teachers definitely maintained discipline. The third teacher, I'm not quite sure. I did see fear in one of our volunteers' eyes, so I'm a little concerned. And then to look at adjustments, if we were to work with a different school, I don't think we really have much to change because I think we sort of developed a structure, and our structure came from working with students in the past. You sort of pick up on what you need to do, and I think the biggest thing was over-planning, especially since we're a group of people. You have to get rid of as many even variables that could go wrong and just make sure that your volunteers know exactly what's going on and how to put out any fires if, heaven forbid, there should come any. And then also that keeps the volunteers comfortable, and you're always starved for volunteers, so if you can keep the ones you've got, that's very important. I think that the best thing for us was that we had a lot of minds working together, and so people are always thinking about different things and what could go wrong or what could go right. So because I'm a bit of an idealist, and we had a lot of practical minds that sort of reined me in, which was really good. There was one thing that we didn't quite expect, that we started establishing ground rules with our volunteers, was you never knew what the kids latched onto. Like you were saying, they would want to take something. And so, the first time it was like CDs. And then after that, we're like, okay, the kids seem to like to keep things. So is there anything that they can keep in this? And we decided from that point on, no. Because even they wanted to keep masking tape that we used to set up lanes for the solar car races, which we think is useless, but they liked it. So we tried to hold on to everything because they would just try to sneak stuff. Like even, I think Danielle saw, the kid was trying to hide a 3-pound ball of Play-Doh. So I think that was the thing that was shocking, and we tried to adjust for it the most. And then the last thing, which I think is actually my personal approach to science, is it's about exploration. So you don't always have to have the answers, but that's okay. I think a lot of times volunteers are afraid, well, what if they ask me something I don't know? It's like, it's okay. Tell them you don't know and you'll find out, or tell them to find out, or, it just starts a dialogue, and there's no absolutes that, it's okay to ask questions, because that's really all science is questions, and goodness knows there's more questions than there are answers, and that's what they need to get used to. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.